Welcome to my YouTube channel English with Neelam. Dear children, today's video is about class 10th poem, A Tiger in the Zoo. This poem is written by Leslie Norris. Leslie Norris was a prize-winning Welsh poet and a short story writer. Children, listen carefully and see the full video. अगर आपने मेरे चैनल को अभी तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो जल्दी से कर लीजिए ताकि आपको मेरी वीडियोस का नोटिफिकेशन मिलता रहे. Children, before starting the poem, I would like to ask you one question. Which thing will come to your mind if I say the word tiger to you? I know you will say jungle, forest, wild animal, hunter, yellow color, black stripes, etc. Children, tiger is a wild animal. Can the wild animals be tamed? No. We keep them in zoos for the people to see them. These animals are caged and they cannot roam freely. This poem, A Tiger in the Zoo, contrasts a tiger in the zoo with the tiger in its natural habitat. What is their natural habitat, children? What is the natural habitat of the wild animals? It is the jungle or the forest. वाइल्ड एनिमल्स को हम घर में पाल नहीं सकते हैं और इनका जो नेचुरल घर है, जो जिस एटमॉस्फेयर इनको रहना चाहिए, वो जंगल है या फॉरेस्ट है. चलिए अब बात करते हैं पोएम की थीम की. दिस पोएम पोर्ट्रेज द एंग्विश ऑफ अ टाइगर केज्ड इन अ जू. जो टाइगर है जिसको जू में डाला गया है वो उसकी पेन को दर्शाता है ये जो पोएम है. The poem is based on the theme that wild animals should be made to live in their natural habitat, that is the jungle or the forest. उनको हमें वहीं पर ही रहने देना चाहिए, उनको जू में नहीं रखना चाहिए. They should not be put in cages or kept in zoos. The poet is comparing the life of a wild animal in a zoo with its freedom in its natural habitat. कि वो जू में कैसे रहते हैं, किस हालात में रहते हैं और अपने नेचुरल हैबिटेट में जो जंगल और फॉरेस्ट है उसमें वो कैसे रहते हैं, इसको कंपेयर कर रहा है पोएट इस पोएम के अंदर. ही हैज एम्फसाइज्ड ऑन द नेसेसिटी ऑफ फ्रीडम कि दीज एनिमल्स दे मस्ट बी फ्री, कि दे शुड नॉट बी केज्ड, दे शुड बी अलाउड टू लिव इन देयर नेचुरल हैबिटेट इन जंगल्स और फॉरेस्ट. Children, let us read the poem first. A tiger in the zoo. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet quiet, in his quiet rage. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass, near the water hole, where plump deer pass. He should be snarling around houses, at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his claws terrorizing the village. But he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Children, the poet has given both the views here. Firstly, the tiger in the zoo, then the tiger in the jungle. But he comes back to the zoo after that. Children, पहले पोएट बात करते हैं कि वो जू में टाइगर कैसे रहता है. क्वाइट है, एंग्री है, कि कुछ कर नहीं सकता है, हेल्पलेस है, टाइगर इज अपसेट. देन ही सेज कि एक्चुअली उसको कहाँ पे रहना चाहिए, जंगल में. वो कैसे रहेगा, कैसे अपनी प्रे को पकड़ेगा, कैसे खाएगा, और जो जंगल के आसपास रहने वाले लोग हैं वो टाइगर से कैसे डरते हैं. एंड देन अगेन पोएट कम्स बैक टू द जू. ही सेज द टाइगर इज लॉक्ड देयर इन अ कंक्रीट सेल एंड ही डज नॉट बॉदर अबाउट द विजिटर्स. एंड ही हियर्स द साउंड ऑफ द पेट्रोलिंग कार्स एट नाइट and stares at the stars, longing for freedom. Let us now start with the first stanza. He stalks in his vivid stripes. Stalks means, children, to move slowly. The few steps of his cage on pads of velvet quiet, in his quiet rage. Rage means anger. Vivid stripes means clear stripe, bright in color. vivid, bright in color, bright colored stripes, black colored stripes. Children, who is he here? He is the tiger. और जो literary device यहाँ पर use हुआ है वो है personification. In the first stanza, tiger is in the zoo in a cage. The tiger has beautiful stripes on his body, and he moves here and there in the cage. But he can walk only few steps because that is not the jungle. वो जंगल में नहीं है, फॉरेस्ट में नहीं है, इसलिए वो फ्रीली ज्यादा दूर तक नहीं चल सकता है. पोइट कहते हैं कि जो उसके पॉज है, जो उसके पंजे हैं, जो उसके पैर हैं, वो पैडेड हैं, वो वेलवेटी हैं, वेलवेट की तरह से सॉफ्ट एंड स्मूथ हैं. रेज मीन्स एंगर. द टाइगर इज एंग्री but can't do anything, so he is quiet. Quiet rage. Children, the literary device used here is oxymoron. Opposite words used together. Quiet and rage. Now we come to the second stanza, children. Second stanza is, he should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass, near the water hole, where plump deer pass. Lurking means, children, to wait where one cannot be seen. And plump means little fat. Here the poet is talking about plump deer, means the prey of the tiger. Okay, now we come to the explanation. Here the poet says that the tiger should have been in the jungle. He should be lurking in shadows. He should be walking in shades under the trees, under the bushes, through the bushes, sliding through long grass. He must be walking, he should be walking through the long grass. He should roam under the shadows of the trees and through the long grass. He should walk by a pool or any other water body where he could get a plump deer to hunt. Means जो जानवर जो पानी पीने के लिए आते हैं वाटर बॉडीज के पास, वहां पर अगर कोई डियर आए जो जिसको वो हंट कर सकता है, टाइगर जो है वो जंगल में ही हो सकता है, वो जू में पॉसिबल नहीं है. इसीलिए पोइट कहते हैं कि जो उनका नेचुरल हैबिटेट है एनिमल, वहीं पर ही खुश रहते हैं. वी ऑल लाइक फ्रीडम एंड टाइगर शुड ऑल्सो बी फ्री. नाउ चिल्ड्रन, वी कम टू द थर्ड स्टैंजा ऑफ द पोम. ही शुड बी snarling अराउंड हाउसेस एट द जंगल्स एज, bearing his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. Here means village people. Snarling means making an angry sound, and the poetic device used here is onomatopoeia. Sound words are onomatopoeia. This is the literary device here. Now children, here the poet says कि जंगल में घूमते हुए जो टाइगर है वो जंगल के आउटस्कर्ट्स पर या बाउंड्रीज पर जो लोग बसे हैं उनके घरों के पास भी आ सकता है, और जिससे वहां के लोग उसके दांत, fangs here means sharp long teeth of the tiger here, वो उसके दांत और उसके पॉज, उसके क्लॉज, उसके पंजे, उसके नाखून देखकर पंजों के वो डर सकते हैं, वो डर जाते हैं, वो डर जाएंगे. Seeing the tiger's fangs or teeth and his claws, the people living near the jungle, they would be scared. Children, here terrorizing is an exaggerated statement here. Bearing means exposing. When the tiger would show its teeth to the people, obviously anyone would get afraid seeing the teeth and the claws of the tiger. Children, forget about the claws and the teeth. Even at the very sight of the tiger, anyone would be scared. And children, terrorizing here is hyperbole. This is the literary device. Now we come to the fourth stanza of the poem. Here children, poet जो हैं वो वापस zoo पर आते हैं जहाँ पे tiger caged है. Now the fourth stanza is, but he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. Now here the poet says the tiger is locked in a concrete cell behind the bars, and he moves in the cage and does not bother about the visitors here. He is actually very ferocious and powerful animal, but he is in a cage. वो एक cage में है, वो बंद है, locked है वो behind the bars, और वो सब visitors जो उसे देखने आते हैं वो उनकी तरफ कोई भी ध्यान नहीं देता है. And behind bars is the literary device. Here sound B is repeated and the literary device is alliteration. Now children, fifth and last stanza of the poem. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Now here children, patrolling means to go around an area for security purpose. The poet here says that at night, the tiger hears the sound of the patrolling cars. Of the who is there in the cars? The security guards. और वो अपनी चमकदार आंखों से, द टाइगर है, वो अपनी चमकदार आंखों से चमकते हुए तारों को देखता है. Brilliant eyes, brilliant stars. Children, the poetic device used here is repetition. Repetition of the word brilliant. It is the tiger feels lonely and it is staring at stars. As the poet has personified the tiger, we can say he is staring at stars. It shows that tiger is upset, not happy. It longs for freedom as he is put in a cage. That is not his real habitat. That is not his home or the natural habitat. उसे जंगल में आज़ादी से fearlessly घूमना है, लेकिन जू के उस केज में ऐसा नहीं हो पाता. Actually, the tiger is a very violent, courageous, confident and powerful animal. But in the cage, it feels helpless and sad. We humans keep them in zoos just to have pleasure or fun. The stars here in the last line symbolize freedom. Let us quickly revise the poem. First point, tiger is in a zoo. It has bright stripes and soft velvety claws. It should be in its natural habitat, that is the jungle or the forest. It moves freely to catch its prey there in the jungle, and it scares the people who live on the outskirts of the jungle. It is locked in a concrete cell in the zoo. It walks in the cage ignoring visitors, hears the sound of cars with security guards, feels helpless and stares at the stars at night. The poet presents a contrast between a tiger in the zoo and a tiger in the jungle. Let us quickly see the word meanings. Stalk means to move slowly. Vivid means bright in color. Rage means anger. Lurking, to wait where one cannot be seen. Sliding means to move smoothly. Plump means fat. Snarling means making an angry sound. Baring means uncovering, exposing or showing. Fangs, sharp, long teeth. Patrolling means to go around an area for security purposes. Now let us have a look at the literary devices or the poetic devices or figure of speech used in the poem. First, children, is the rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme for each stanza is ABCB. Personification, the tiger has been personified here when the poet says he or his. Next is oxymoron. Quiet rage, use of adjectives, opposite in meaning. Contrast emotions, children. Two opposite emotion, contrasting, contradictory emotions, we can say. Onomatopoeia, sound word, that is snarling. Alliteration, behind bars and he hears. Imagery, he stalks in his vivid stripes, he should be snarling around houses. Now here, children, the poet is creating a sensory image in the minds of the readers. Repetition, brilliant word is repeated and quiet in the first stanza is repeated. Hyperbole, children, terrorizing the village, exaggerated statement. Other is metaphor, on pads of velvet quiet. The poet is comparing the claws, the feet of the tiger with the velvet. Then last is the symbolism, children. Cage symbolizes captivity and sky symbolizes freedom. Means stars, where stars are there in the sky, they symbolize freedom. Now children, we come to the question answers. First question can be the central idea, message or the theme of the poem. I have already given you the theme, children. You can go back and check it. Second question is, love for freedom is the natural instinct of every living being. elucidate or you can comment on this. You can be asked to comment on this. Answer can be, all living creatures, they love and deserve freedom. It is their natural instinct. We humans cannot think of living our life if we are caged or imprisoned. Similarly, it is not right on our part to put the animals in the zoos. The poem portrays the anguish or the pain of a tiger in the zoo. It should be in its natural habitat where it can run fast to catch its prey. It can only walk a few steps in the cage. The tiger is not happy as it ignores the visitors, and at night it hears the sound of the patrolling cars and it looks at the stars there in the sky, desiring for freedom. Third question is, what does the line, his strength behind bars, mean? Actually, the tiger is very powerful and very brave and very ferocious animal. But when it is behind the bars, means in the cage, he is not able to show its strength. He is not able to attack the people. He is not able to catch its prey. That is why the poet saying his strength is behind the bars. He should be free actually, but the tiger is not free. Next question is, find the words that describe the movements and actions of the tiger in the cage and in the wild. Arrange them in 2 columns. So this is your textbook question, children. If we talk about in the cage, the words are stalks, few steps off his cage, quiet rage, locked in the concrete cell, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. He hears the last voice, stares at the brilliant stars. And now we come to in the wild, lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass. Tiger sliding through long grass, snarling around houses, baring his white fangs, his claws, and terrorizing the village. Children, I hope this poem is clear. फिर भी if you have any doubt in any line, any word, anything, do write to me in the comment box. मेरी इस वीडियो को लाइक करिए, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करिए और अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ भी शेयर करिए. Thanks for watching.